Aboard the carrier ship Gantrathor, a dark cloud weighs heavy on our shoulders as we begin planning the next stage of our campaign. Tassadar's surrender to the Conclave was a blow to our cause none could have expected, leaving only Phoenix and ourselves to lead our forces out of the mess. Though we had the Conclave near defeat, losing Tassadar has meant confusion and desertion within our ever-dwindling army. Those to whom swore sole loyalty to Tassadar, such as the Dark Templar, have scattered, leaving us in a fragile state. Phoenix, however, remains as stalwart as ever in the face of this challenge. He proposes a bold new strategy.
Entaro Adun, Executor. All seems lost now, but still we must fight on. We must find Tassadar and secure his release from the Judicator before they can execute him for treason. Without him, I fear there is no way to defeat the Zerg and their overmind.
Even though Tassadar willingly submitted himself to Judicator Aldaris and the Conclave for trial, we are going to spring him from prison before judgment can be passed. The odds are against us here, but Phoenix is firm in reminding us that, without Tassadar, victory against the Overmind is impossible.
Zeratul and his Dark Templar have vanished, leaving us to fend for ourselves. I wonder if Tassadar was mistaken to have put his trust in them.
Since his surrender, Tassadar has been contained in a stasis prison, while the surviving members of the Conclave decide his fate. While a great many allied Protoss have left our ranks, there is one key ally we didn't lose. Jim motherfucking toast your ass, smoke grass, fill my belly with a tank of gas, Raynor. He, aboard his command ship, the Hyperion, is stationed in orbit right alongside the Gantrathor, and he and his men are ready to roll.
We are receiving a transmission from Captain Raynor's command ship.
This is Raynor. I'd like to help if I can. Tassadar laid it on the line for me and my crew on Char. I'd like to repay the debt. Besides, I'm a long way from home, surrounded by hostile aliens. I've got to do something.
Then you shall, bold human. You shall.
For taking part in our quasi-crusade/revolution of the Protoss race, Jim is definitely a pretty cool cucumber. He has a debt to pay to Tassadar for the aid he gave him on Char when he was trying to escape Kerrigan's clutches. And after the treatment Raynor and his raiders went through at the hands of Arcturus Minsk, they're more than happy to have honorable allies like Tassadar and Phoenix at their side. Phoenix commends Jim's courage and welcomes him and his crew before giving us the order to depart. Once planetside, we commence operations by assessing the situation. Our initial base, located in a patch of ruins, has a choke point on either side of its perimeter, along with battlements along the walls, perfect for positioning dragoons to be placed as sentries. Both Phoenix and Raynor join in combat, and Phoenix secures us the build schematics for a new structure, the Fleet Beacon, allowing us to warp in the height of Protoss aerial superiority, the carrier.
Instructions. You look at us. Yichnu. Our enemies are legion. And still you procrastinate. Command, or you will be relieved. This is not an idle threat.
These massive starships tout a substantial HP pool and a decent-sized plasma shield as a defensive complement. The carrier dominates the skies as a moving platform housing swarms of interceptors, expendable destroyer drones who overwhelm their foes in storms of fiery plasma death. Initially, the carrier can only house 4 interceptors, but after a quick upgrade, their carrying capacity is doubled. As a bonus, the Fleet Beacon finally opens up some much-needed upgrades for the scouts, increasing both their line of sight and their flight speed. Finally, these ships that have been with us since our 3rd mission have had their full potential unlocked. As we begin amounting a sizable store of resources, our scouts report our enemies have surrounded us with 2 separate bases guarding the nearest source of minerals and gas. With aggressive use of the Hyperion's Yamato gun, the photon cannons defending these bases are blown to pieces. Once that key opening is secured, we deploy a force of zealots, dragoons, and a few carriers to take out the meat of the base. Carriers are also fantastic for dealing with enemy Reavers, as their aerial bombardments from their interceptors seem to make the Reaver AI panic and run into a corner to hide. They stop attacking almost entirely, even with enemy infantry bearing down on them. With time, effort, and determination, the 2 bases flanking our own are turned to rubble, leaving us in control of about half of the battlefield. Yet the work is not done. The Conclave are located in their stronghold, set upon high ground, safe behind dummy-thick walls. While sending in a massive fleet to raise the base from above would probably do the job, such a costly battle could only secure us a Pyrrhic victory. Instead, we choose to blitz the stasis cell holding Tassadar prisoner. Raynor's Hyperion wields its long-range firepower to knock out the Conclave photon cannons, and when the Hyperion's energy is recharging, we keep the heat on their forces by tactically maneuvering our shuttles and Reavers through their air defenses. Several troops loaded onto shuttles, with a detachment of carriers for protection, are sent in as reinforcements. While our forces mobilize, the Conclave attempt to outflank us by diverting forces to move on our base. But they soon find their attacks ineffective in breaching our perimeter. No surprise to us, they face the grizzled veterans of our campaigns within the Caprulu sector, hardened warriors with unmatched zeal. Our zealots descend from their shuttle transports to press the attack, while our carriers provide support and fend off the Conclave's counterattacks. Our carriers are soon made the primary targets of their Arbiters, Scouts, and High Templars. One by one, they become either frozen in stasis or are blasted out of the sky with psionic storms and antimatter missiles. Raynor attempts to divert them off of the carriers and successfully Yamato guns one of the Arbiters, before also being locked in stasis. However, this ends up working in our favor.
We have found Tassadar's stasis cell.
With our enemy's attention focused on our carriers, they have failed to deal with our ground forces, who proceed to rush Tassadar's stasis cell and smash it open to free our glorious leader. Our moment of victory, however, is short-lived. It's a trap! Once we free Tassadar, a veiled fleet hidden by Judicator Aldaris surrounds our forces.
I expected you to attempt to retrieve your hero. You will learn that the will of the Conclave is absolute. Make peace with Adun.
He declares that we will all die. But before he can make good on his threats, he gets ambushed in kind by none other than Zeratul, leading his host of Dark Templar brethren.
Stay thy hand, Adjudicator. The stewards of Tassadar shall not fall while the Dark Templar live. Call off your guards and stand aside, and you may yet live to see another moonrise.
Their honor only matched by their cunning, Zeratul explains they had not abandoned us, but were merely waiting in the shadows for the perfect time to strike. Zeratul offers Aldaris mercy, but Aldaris spits on his offer and threatens once again that he will purge the Dark Templar.
I will not be addressed so by one so devoid of the Kala's light. You and your vile brethren shall die with these traitors.
Are you truly so blinded by your vaunted religion that you cannot see the fall ahead of you? Your conclave believes that they are winning this war, but all they have succeeded in doing is helping the Overmind to win.
Zeratul, in a show of true composure, ignores his violent intentions and tries to reason with Aldaris, explaining the truth underlying this war against the Zerg.
What could you possibly know about our designs, blasphemer?
You speak of knowledge, Judicator. You speak of experience. I have journeyed through the darkness between the most distant stars. I have beheld the births of negative sounds and borne witness to the entropy of entire realities. Unto my experience, Aldaris, all that you have built here on Iora is but a fleeting dream. A dream from which your precious conclave shall awaken, finding themselves drowned in a greater nightmare.
We shall see.
While we secure our escape from the Conclave and Aldaris' Inquisition, we are left wondering if we will face them again. For the Protoss to survive the Zerg menace, this war between brothers must end. Ayer's fate depends on it. We find ourselves back aboard the Gantrathor. Oh wait, that's the wrong script. Okay. Phoenix commends Jim Courage. Jim Courage. Send from their shuttle transports to press the attack. Our carrier air support fends off the Conclave counterattacks. Let's combine those. Our zealots descend from their shuttle transports to press the attack, while our wow, I can see the words. I can't say the words. Words are hard. Our zealots descend from the and I'm just laughing thinking about it. Our zealots descend from their shuttle transports to press the attack, while our carrier air supports While our carriers in air support fend off the okay. Our moment of victory, however, we are left wondering if we will face them again. For the Protoss to